Welcome to WCW Thunder. Kicking things off here tonight, Natalya taking on Jade Cargill. Something that we've kind of highlighted over the last couple weeks is just how strong the women's divisions in our universe is right now, both on the WWE side and WCW. And as time goes on, as we're into year 3 of our universe, it just seems like it keeps getting better and better. We've seen some new signings over the last couple weeks. Lyra Valkyria here in WCW, Nia Jax over in the WWE. Here we've got two ladies who've had some success in the universe, but the one thing they don't have on their resumes is any championship runs. Jade, who back at WrestleMania 1 did win the inaugural China Memorial Battle Royal, has had some title opportunities, just hasn't been able to come away victorious in those opportunities. Now that we're out of the Great American Bash tour, it's kind of almost like a reset here, and we'll see how some of these superstars respond and move forward as we're back to business here in the open mic universe. Next up, we've got triple threat action with some ties to the WCW tag team title match coming up at Summerslam. Representing the New Day, Kofi Kingston. Representing the WCW Tag Team Champions, Chris Sabin. And the third competitor in the mix in this one, representing the OC, Karl Anderson. Now, coming up at SummerSlam, we do have a rematch for the WCW Tag Team titles. The New Day going to get another shot at the Motor City Machine Guns. We saw back in Memphis of the Great American Bash Tour. That one ended in a double countout. They're going to run it back at SummerSlam. We saw last week on Thunder, the New Day took on the OC, and after the match, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley would come out onto the stage and show some respect to Kofi and Xavier Woods. And there's a lot of respect on both sides for their opponent. We do have some breaking news, though, regarding next week's Thunder. That respect that these two teams have for each other is going to get tested. As we head towards SummerSlam, next week on Thunder, we're going to see Xavier Woods teaming up with Alex Shelley to take on the Authors of Pain. The respect, like we said, is there. But what's going to happen when you've got to rely on somebody that you're going to be going to battle with in just a couple weeks at SummerSlam for the WCW Tag Team titles? Next week, they're going to have to work together to get through a hell of a challenge with AOP. Next, we've got Alexa Bliss making her way down to the ring. She's going to be taking on the Queen, Charlotte Flair. We have not seen Charlotte since the final Great American Bash show in Greensboro, where she would lose the WCW Women's Championship to Raquel Rodriguez. The Great American Bash as a whole was both good and bad for the Queen. She would start off the tour on Night 2 in Washington, D.C., recapturing the WCW Women's Championship. she would have two very successful title defenses along the way. First, against Lyra Valkyria, and then in a rematch against Raquel Rodriguez, she was successful in that one. Raquel would earn one more shot to face Charlotte on night 12 in Greensboro, and in that one, Raquel was successful. And so now that we're back to our regularly scheduled programming, our weekly shows, our monthly pay-per-views. That's right, guys. Here in the Open Mic universe, we don't have PLEs. We're old school. We've got pay-per-views. Charlotte picks up the win here against Alexa. And you know she's got her eye on Raquel Rodriguez and the WCW Women's Championship. Next up, it's our WCW Cruiserweight Champion, Ilja Dragunov. He will be taking on Grayson Waller. Now, we found out last week who Dragunov will be defending the WCW Cruiserweight title against at SummerSlam. It's going to be Santos Escobar. Santos, a former WCW Cruiserweight champion himself, defeated another former Cruiserweight champion, Dirty Dom, in a number one contenders match to see who would go on to SummerSlam to challenge Ilja Dragunov. That match, not without controversy. We saw out of nowhere Carlito, who's not in the universe, show up, and here he is again. This time trying to take off with Dragunov's Cruiserweight title. Ilja able to regain his property there. Oh, and Grayson Waller taking advantage of Dragunov's attention being paid to Carlito. Again, first of all, what the hell is Carlito even doing here? He's not in the universe. He shows up last week, gets involved in the number one contenders match, which leads to Santos winning and moving on. Shows up this week, tries to steal the Cruiserweight title. And while his appearance and distraction didn't cause Ilja Dragunov in this one, but why is he here? And what's with the interest, the sudden interest in the Cruiserweight division? It's main event time here on Thunder. And it's going to be a big one. Big Bronson Reed taking on the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Now, these two did sort of meet during the Great American Bash Tour. The two of them, along with LA Knight and AJ Styles, who coincidentally here over the last couple weeks we've seen still have some business with each other. The four of them did meet in a number one contenders fatal four-way for a shot at Drew McIntyre's United States Championship on night 12 of the Great American Bash in Greensboro. Lesnar would win that fatal four-way and would come up short in the title match. These two meeting for the first time one-on-one. And Brock with a lot of intensity in this one. Look, we've seen over the course of our universe, Brock hasn't had a whole lot of success. And that's something that the Beast is not used to. One thing that we've heard from a lot of the superstars is they kind of view coming out of the Great American Bash Tour and this new time here is almost kind of like a reset period. Like a new season, a new year. Bronson misses with the tsunami. And now Brock taking Bronson to Suplex City. And if this is indeed a reset, a new season in the universe, as Brock is victorious in this one, and somebody like a Brock Lesnar is able to get refocused, get their career back on track, it could be a great time for a Brock Lesnar, but a very dangerous time for the rest of WCW.